let's go to the other side now and just try to give some tips and tricks when people are buying properties, especially at auctions. Because you know, after 10,000 auction, I'm sure you've seen all the hecklers, everyone, you know, from A to Z, right?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode number 14 of Property Jabs with Wayne and Vess. Another beautiful day
in the bays, in Auckland. No rain, sun's out. Oh, cones are out. There we go, right on cue. Oh, and there's a cone truck going past. See, you know, definitely in Auckland.
Yeah, did you see that the new mayor was just trying to get rid of the cones and
good on him.
Yeah, just shift some spending to other things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, look at all the cones here. This is absolutely nuts. It's disgraceful. Here you go. I'll get in trouble now, Vess. I reckon there's corruption involved in the cones. Yeah, I do. There must be. There must be. Somebody's getting a kickback on allocating cones out and getting cone contracts. That's more cones than the rest of the world put together.
Yeah, I can give you some idea of corruption if you want me to. Looks like a good scheme. Okay.
Bring it on and have a crack at me.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So,
what are we talking about?
Wayne, how long have you been in the industry? Overall?
20 years.
20 years. And how long of those 20 years as an auctioneer?
About 10, 15 years, I think.
10, 15.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Maybe more like 10 years.
Yeah.
That might be 15. I don't know, 15.
15.
I'm not good with numbers, that's why.
Yeah.
Maybe I should practice my numbers to be an auctioneer.
How many auctions have you called in those 10, 15 years?
Over 10,000.
Over 10,000.
Over 10,000.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
And I get $1 each auction.
Let's go to the other side now and just try to give some tips and tricks when people are buying properties, especially at auctions. Because you know, after 10,000 auction, I'm sure you've seen all the hecklers, everyone, you know, from A to Z, right? So what are a few good interesting tips?
In groupies.
In groupies. What are the groupies?
A couple of old ladies used to come to all my auctions, and eventually I said to the ladies, I said, what property are you here for? You know, they said, no, we just enjoy your auction.
Are they still around?
They were quite old. They were the only groupies I've ever had. So what are we doing? I think I got off track then. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what are a few tips and tricks if someone is going to an auction to buy a property? What's the best way? Where to sit in the auction room? Do they start the bidding? Do they wait?
Do they hold off?
Hold off.
Yep.
You know,
wait
what's
for the last moment.
Yeah. What's the bidding increase and all that stuff? Do they just sit and wait, and if no one is bidding, they're going to start negotiating? What are the?
Do you know the best one I'm seeing?
Yep.
And a Chinese man, he was a nice man actually, I got to know him after he'd purchased this house. He came to an auction in Glen Innes years ago. Glen Innes was on fire, everybody was developing it, and at the beginning of the auction somebody made a bid, and then I'm saying, you know, I don't know, $25,000, $50,000 increments. He then just put his hand up, he leant against the fence, put his hand up and kept his hand in the air.
Oh.
And I'd take another bid, turn back to him, take another bid, turn back to him. He just kept his hand up to the end. Such a dominating technique. And everybody looked at him and went, wow, look at this. Yeah. So I'm not going to suggest that, but I'll tell you what the worst technique is. People go, oh, I'll just wait till it's on the market. I'll wait. And I go, wow, really? So I've seen more people miss out because of that. Once it's on the market, the heat's on. Yeah, there is pressure at that stage. Yeah, you are fighting for the keys, and somebody decides they're going to do a cold start at the hottest part of the auction, and they normally freeze. It goes past them. So over the years, when I was watching buyers and I watched a couple freeze, I said, what happened? They said, oh, I just went so fast. Then I thought, okay, what should you do? And I think, where do you start? You start early, and you start, if you can, with the opening bid. Opening bid will never buy it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
Yeah.
And the opening bids really just to break the ice for you as the bidder, to relax your nerves, to let you calm down. There's a good agent over there, isn't he? Lunchtime, sitting in the car eating his lunch. So get in with the early bid, break the ice, calm your nerves, get engaged, and then also it means the auctioneer can see you.
Yeah.
The auctioneer knows where to find you. The auctioneer can refer back to you before they sell. I'd suggest that. I'd suggest when you're inside your budget, look like you're bidding with confidence, even if you haven't got confidence.
Yeah.
Make it look like you got confidence. Everybody looks around the room and thinks the other person's got more money or more ability. They think the guy in the scruffy jeans and an old t-shirt is hiding his wealth.
Yeah.
And then at the other end of the room, they think the guy in the suit's got too much money. They all think everybody else has got too much. So bid with confidence, and I think that'll put you in front of the other bidders as you go through.
Okay.
What else should we share?
Is there, so you as an auctioneer, when you look in the auction room, do you have any preference if that person will be in the front, at the back, on the side of the room? Or it's not preference, but does it make any difference to them if they sit? Because if it's me, I would prefer to sit somewhere where I can see everyone.
Yep.
Is that the best way to do it?
I like them to sit right in front of me and pass the money directly to me, so I can. And
you haven't heard about anti-money laundering in that case?
In cash. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Americans and their AML. Man, I'll get in so much trouble. Why are we doing this AML nonsense? I haven't had anybody buy. You may have. I haven't had anybody buy a house off me with a suitcase full of cash, or with weapons or rockets from them. Yeah, from some.
I think I'm gonna play that before it's uploaded. I'm gonna play it to our compliance manager.
Leslie will kill me. She'll kill me. Yeah, if they, funny enough, if they sit right in front of me, if you sit at the front of an auction as a bidder, worst place in the world.
Yeah.
When the bids happen behind you, you don't see them, and suddenly you think, well, I didn't see it, maybe it's not real. Yeah. And that impedes your ability to bid. Now, if you stand at the very back of the auction, you are probably standing with other bidders. Wherever the auctioneer is, the furthest away is where people go to. Yeah. It's like a party. Auctioneer goes to a party, everybody gets the furthest away from the auctioneer as they can. It's the same thing. So don't stand at the very back of the room. You're going to be there with other bidders. Yeah. Stand on the side, and I like your idea where you can see other people. Sit on the side, stand on the side, so you can see the auctioneer, you can see the people who are seated, and you can see the guys at the back of the room. You're literally looking to the auctioneer, looking to the back of the room, anybody else bidding. You can see them and go, okay, I've got the measure of the person who's bidding, and then looking back. Imagine during the bidding, this will happen, that you're doing the bidding, and you can see a couple that are having quite a strong debate. You know that they're starting to run out of money. Yeah. One in that party is deciding, we're out, we don't bid again. Yeah. So if you can see that, you go, I only need to put another couple of bids on top of these guys, and I'm in the lead. Yeah. Now, if you're sitting at the front, you're not going to see that.
Do you think, I've always thought that it's a good idea to go at an auction by yourself without a partner, because it feels like that people, you have a lot more confidence when you're by yourself. Of course you can have someone on the phone, you can have your wife or husband on the phone, and you just go without any hesitation. I've seen people when they go as a couple, they always look to each other, do we go, do we wait? It's a lot of hesitation. So if you can read the room as a bidder, you can see that, recognize that immediately, right?
I think before you get to the auction, you have a clear limit of where you go to. And I just say to bidders and clients of mine and customers of mine, don't go past your limit. You've still got to settle on this. You've got to pay for it.
Yeah.
But your limit should be absolute. Now, as you're approaching the limit, approach it with confidence, like there is no limit. Like the other guys think, oh, he's just throwing money at this.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to slow it down, which indicates you're running out of steam. So yeah, if you've got the limit and it's set in stone, you don't need the other party there. If it sells $1 over, you go, hey honey, if I phone up and it sold $1 over, you go, good decision, don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I like that. I think that's a smarter way than being there and debating. And even when two people are there, you know, they normally defer to each other, even if they've agreed on something. Are you sure? Do we still do it? You know, and I think that's what you're talking about there. So
yeah. And the other thing is, I think it's always helpful to have an agent helping you if you have an agreement before that. This is how we're gonna go up to that much, and you know, because an agent will be a lot more confident when they're bidding, because it's a little bit impartial. It is sitting on the side. It's not something that you're buying, so you can look more objectively to what's happening.
A person, as an auctioneer, when I'm watching a bidder that's got an agent next to them who's got a clipboard recording the numbers, helping with the bidding, that party looks far better off than the person by themselves. And now I know some people go, get away from me, don't talk to me. Oh mate, don't tie yourself up in knots, you know, just relax. Those ones miss out. And the person who's got some assistance gets it. Because the bidder, while the bidder's having that little chat about what they should do, the bids have probably rolled on. And there's always a bit of a giggle when you yell out your bid and it's already $20,000 more. You know, everybody goes, ha ha ha. You know? But if the agent's recording that for you and helping you, it's easier. Think about this too, Vess. The numbers we talk about are not natural or normal for the person who's not at the auction every week. You know? You know, say it's like, you know, we're not going to call an auction in here now. We should put the windows down. This would be like the, who's the guy who does the karaoke thing? I love that. You know
James Corden.
Is that the British guy?
Yes,
In the Range Rover?
Yes.
Why doesn't Range Rover support us?
I don't know.
I like the Audis. I'm an Audi man. But then we could do that karaoke. I like that. We can do the equivalent. We'll put the windows down and
I'm sure there will be a lot more people watching it.
Mate, if we sing. We'll put the windows down and do an auction. But here you go. Like the numbers would be, might be $1 million start. And I'll take $25,000 increases. You know? So you're going to go at $1 million and we're underway now. Look for your 25 and 25. I've got now. Make it a 50 and 50 it is. At 50 now, make it a 75 and make it the 1 and 1 I've got. At 1 now, look for a 25 and put the quarter on and 1 25 and 150 now on the half and got it there on 75 and make it 2 and put a 25 on 1,225,000. 25 again now and I've got the quarter 1 1/4 it is. See, now in my mind that makes sense. For the person that's worried about buying a house, it's like, my God, what just happened? So have the agent there writing that down as he goes. We've got to make it more entertaining. You do 10,000 auctions, you could get bored doing this stuff. You know? The auctioneer could fall asleep during the process.